In an absolutely remarkable display of precision and skill, a Ukrainian sniper from the Azov Brigade has shattered the world record by successfully hitting a Russian invader at an incredible distance of 3,800 meters. That's nearly 2.4 miles. The marksman behind this extraordinary feat is Viacheslav Kovalskyi, a 58-year-old former businessman who's now serving as a sniper with the elite counterintelligence unit of the Security Service of Ukraine. He made his historic shot shortly before dawn on October 16th, working in perfect coordination with his spotter partner, who meticulously calculated the distance, wind speed, and numerous other critical parameters that would determine success or failure. The two soldiers had strategically set up their position on the opposite bank of the Dnipro River in the Kherson region, directly across from Russian military forces. Throughout the morning, they were carefully observing groups of Russian soldiers, some cutting materials, others riding a motorbike. Initially, they considered these targets insignificant and not worth the shot. However, everything changed later in the afternoon when a group of 5 soldiers arrived on the scene. Kovalskyi's trained eye immediately noticed one of them instructing the others, a clear indication this was an officer, making him a high-value target worth taking. After making the critical decision to engage, Vyacheslav's partner went to work, starting the complex process of measuring the exact distance to the soldiers. He carefully calculated all the parameters of the shot, including air humidity and temperature, both of which would significantly affect the speed and trajectory of the bullet as it traveled through the atmosphere. Using all of these precisely calculated parameters, Kovalskyi fired a test shot, aiming about 300 meters toward the target area. His partner immediately informed him of the miss. They had miscalculated the wind speed, which had blown the bullet a staggering 60 meters off course. The sniper quickly reloaded his rifle and re-aimed, making the necessary adjustments. The incredible footage captured by the soldiers shows that the bullet took approximately 9 seconds to reach its target at that extraordinary distance of 3,800 meters. What makes this even more impressive is that Kovalskyi's shot functioned almost like an artillery strike. Since the bullet flew in a dramatic parabola, arcing about 100 meters above the target before falling back to its level under the relentless influence of gravity. According to Kovalskyi himself, the bullet struck the Russian soldier's chest or abdomen. He's absolutely certain that the soldier died instantly. As he explained, the bullet they used was so large and traveled at such tremendous speed that surviving such a direct hit would have been physically impossible. But Ukrainian forces aren't just excelling with traditional weapons. They're revolutionizing modern warfare with their sophisticated drone operations. Ukrainian drone units don't simply destroy vehicles for the sake of destruction. They maintain what military strategists call a minimum monthly kill rate that must decisively exceed Russia's mobilization capacity. This transforms warfare into brutal but effective mathematics. Eliminate more soldiers than the enemy can replace. East of Pokrovsk, Ukrainian forces have unleashed their absolute best drone units in a coordinated campaign to systematically cripple Russian logistic routes. As Ukrainian drone forces established what soldiers on the ground now grimly call roads of death, the Russian offensive has entered a dramatic new phase of collapse that's reshaping the entire battlefield dynamic. The Ukrainian operators began their campaign with methodical precision strikes, launching a full-scale operation to completely annihilate enemy logistics networks. One geolocated video dramatically shows a Russian UAZ van erupting in massive flames after a Ukrainian FPV drone skillfully entered through its open window, a shot that requires incredible piloting skill. Another drone caught a rare and valuable sighting on this front, a Russian T-80 tank attempting to sneak along a road to provide fire support to advancing troops. Despite being protected by additional protective cages and sophisticated electronic warfare systems, the tank was still easily hit and destroyed. Additional footage pouring in from the region shows the truly vast scale of this operation, with Ukrainian drones systematically targeting Russian supply vehicles of all types, vans, pickups, motorcycles, and even lone riders desperately trying to deliver small batches of ammunition or rations to the beleaguered front lines. Drone operators relentlessly hunt down any movement whatsoever, as confirmed by chilling footage from both sides showing the devastating aftermath of the Ukrainian strikes. Twisted metal burning wrecks and impact craters appearing every few meters along key supply routes. Russian riders filming their own advance inadvertently revealed dozens of destroyed vehicles piled up at road bends, precisely the strategic choke points where Ukrainian operators patiently wait for the slightest slowdown of enemy vehicles to strike with absolutely deadly accuracy. These new roads of death mirror exactly what already happened on the western flank of Pokrovsk, where it proved devastatingly effective. There, Russia's entire offensive effort completely disintegrated under the relentless pressure of Ukrainian drone strikes that utterly paralyzed their logistics and shattered their ability to conduct any semblance of a coordinated offensive. A powerful geolocated video recently released by Ukrainian forces shows the shocking aftermath along just one stretch of road between Novotroitsky and Novopustinka. 47 destroyed armored vehicles scattered across just over a kilometer of road. Each vehicle was eliminated before it could even reach the front lines, proving beyond doubt how decisive Ukrainian drone fire control has become in this conflict. With Commander Robert Brovdy, call sign Magyar, personally overseeing the sector, Russian supply routes east of Pokrovsk are now facing exactly the same fate. His operational doctrine is elegantly simple, yet brutally effective. Total drone dominance stretching over a dozen kilometers behind the front line, with every single meter of road under constant observation, every vehicle carefully tracked, and every movement punished immediately and without mercy. It's precisely this Ukrainian tactic that turned the Western Front into a graveyard of Russian armor, and it's now repeating itself with equal effectiveness to the east. This brilliantly coordinated drone campaign has forced the Russian military to completely rethink its operational tactics from the ground up. The constant surveillance, long-range interdiction of convoys before they reach their destinations, and precision strikes on critical fuel and ammunition trucks have left Russian commanders completely unable to sustain large-scale offensive operations in the region. Motorcycles, once heavily favored for rapid supply runs or emergency evacuation missions, have proven equally vulnerable to this drone onslaught. One captured Russian soldier explained in debriefing that even small groups of just 2 or 3 motorcycles are instantly targeted and destroyed by Ukrainian FPV drones. There's simply nowhere to hide. Facing this devastating reality, Russian tactics have devolved into desperate infantry infiltration attempts. Tiny fire teams of up to 3 soldiers crawling painstakingly through open fields at night, wearing thermal cloaks in hopes of evading drone detection systems. But Brovdy's highly trained units have adapted in response. Ukrainian drones now actively prioritize hunting infantry over vehicles, tracking down individual soldiers to maintain what their commander has described as the critical minimum monthly kill rate, which absolutely needs to exceed Russia's ability to mobilize and train new replacement soldiers. Russian officers, growing increasingly desperate to find any new methods that might work, have even resorted to cynical deception tactics, sending poorly equipped soldiers out as bait to draw fire while better trained troops attempt to move elsewhere undetected. Yet Ukrainian reconnaissance networks, with their overlapping coverage and sophisticated coordination, easily expose such transparent maneuvers, making every trick effectively useless. Even some Russian military analysts have privately admitted that a devastating 9 out of 10 infiltration groups never make it to their intended targets alive. Overall, the operational picture that emerges east of Pokrovsk mirrors exactly what happened in the west. A thoroughly crushed offensive, completely stalled under the unblinking eyes of Ukrainian drones that see everything, everywhere, all at once. The roads of death continue expanding day by day, their blackened wrecks marking the absolute edge of Russian operational reach in the region. The sky belongs to Ukraine, and under Brovdy's relentless coordination and tactical brilliance, every single day brings fresh footage of destroyed armor and failed Russian assaults. Whether the Russians will stubbornly keep smashing their dwindling forces against this impenetrable drone wall, or finally shift their attention north toward Kostiantynivka or Lyman, or perhaps south toward Zaporizhzhia, remains to be seen. Ukraine's defense needs are clear and urgent. Drones are the game changer holding the front line against relentless Russian pressure. And here's the incredible news. Ukraine is ready to produce up to 10 million drones by 2026 if international partners step up with critical funding. Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal delivered this powerful message at the Ramstein Contact Group meeting. We need more FPV, reconnaissance, and strike drones to hold the line. We're calling for $4 billion in funding to unlock this massive production capacity. These are proven, cost-effective solutions already winning battles every single day. But it gets better. Ukrainian drones and deep strike capabilities are enabling asymmetric responses, hitting Russian targets in ways they can't predict or counter. We need to combine our deep strike drones with partners' missiles, Shmyhal emphasized. Intelligence shows the enemy now faces a 20% pipeline deficit. Our weapons are making a real, measurable impact on the battlefield daily. This is military innovation in action. Ukraine's combining precision, cutting-edge drone warfare, and strategic brilliance to reshape the conflict and defend its future.